Hey everyone, in this video I was going to answer the question which one is the best stock to buy, PayPal or Upstart. Of course, after these two companies reported their earnings, their stock prices kind of went in opposite directions. PayPal stock after its earnings report has fallen. Meanwhile, Upstart stock has popped. So I'm going to review their latest earnings, compare them, then look at their valuation and answer the question which one of these two is the best stock to buy now. So let's start right away here. Revenue for PayPal increased by 9% in the most recent quarter. Earnings per share also increased to 70 cents per share, up from 43 cents per share. And the company's forecasting 2023 earnings per share of $3.42, which would be a nice increase from $2.09 in the prior year. So what gives here? PayPal reported solid revenue growth, excellent earnings growth, gave a solid forecast for the full year 2023, and the stock price fell after these announcements. Well, the big bad news here was the active accounts figure here. Active accounts increased by 1% year over year, but from the previous quarter, PayPal lost 2 million active accounts. So from quarter over quarter, they lost 2 million accounts, and I believe that's one of the primary reasons the stock price fell after the earnings announcement. Now, looking at Upstart's latest earnings results, revenue decreased by 67%. 67% revenue decrease to 103 million and a $132 million operating loss compared to a 35 million operating loss in the same quarter the prior year. So what gives here after reporting a significant revenue decrease and then reporting a massive increase in losses on the bottom line, Upstart's stock increased after the report. Might make you wonder, right? As an investor, what's going on here? PayPal reports a good quarter, the stock price falls. Upstart reports a bad quarter, and the stock price rises. That's kind of a function of how the stock market works. During the quarter before the earnings are announced, investors have an idea of what the companies are going to report. And so the stock price moves ahead of the earnings announcement, up or down, to account for what they expect. And then when the earnings come out, if it's worse than it's expected, then the stock price falls. If it's better than it's expected, then the stock price increases. Even though looking at the quarter itself, you would uncategorically rate the quarter as a poor quarter, right? So that's kind of the way the stock market works. When you see a stock price move after an earnings announcement, and you might ask yourself, that doesn't make sense, go back and look at the stock price movement in the months heading into the earnings release. The expectations may have gotten way ahead of themselves, and even if the company reports really good earnings, if they're not at the level that expectations have brought the stock price to, the stock price will fall even if the quarter is really good. That's kind of what I think happened with PayPal and then with Upstart as well. Although the big news out of Upstart's earnings was the announcement that they got funding secured for $2 billion on the platform. That's been a big risk for Upstart investors, is that lenders on the platform have not been funding loans. And so the fact that they made this announcement that they secured the deal for $2 billion, that was a positive surprise that caused the stock price to increase, because with that funding agreement secured, that means the prospects for Upstart in the second, third, and fourth quarter will likely be better than what they were in the first quarter. So all that being said, let's look at their valuation difference. Looking at the forward price to sales ratio, PayPal is trading at a forward price to sales of 2.1, cheaper than the forward price to sales of Upstart at 2.44. Now, given that I am a more profit focused investor, you can say I like companies that have proven their ability to generate profits and free cash flow. I'm more attracted to companies like PayPal than companies like Upstart, which have really, really great potential in the long run if everything goes in their favor. But right now, They face considerable headwinds, very high level of risk. So if I was to pick between these two stocks to buy now, I would choose PayPal stock right now. All right, but that's all I've got for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Parkev for the 10 best stocks to buy now.